if you knew the detriments that happen when you don't get enough sleep, you would choose nothing other than to give yourself a non-negotiable 8-hour opportunity. I don't want to invite cardiovascular disease into my life, nor do I want cancer, nor do I want dementia. All three of them have significant and causal links to a lack of sleep. In fact, the link between a lack of sleep and cancer is now so strong that recently the World Health Organization classified any form of nighttime shift work as a probable carcinogen.
Most of my life I've been so bad with sleep, especially in high school. I would sleep for like 5-6 hours every night, and I wouldn't think it's a bad thing. Yeah, I felt tired when I was in school and the day was harder, but I just put it under the rug. I never really understood the value of sleep until I learned more about it, until I educated myself. It's not a coincidence that most species need sleep, if not almost all. So let me educate you first, because you don't understand the value of sleep and you simply just neglect it. Or you prefer to be online on social media until 3 in the morning instead of valuing sleep. And I've been there, trust me, this was me a few months ago, and I know what it's like. Before I educated myself and understood the value of sleep, I didn't really care. I would just neglect my sleep, go to sleep late, wake up for school, and just repeat the cycle again. So why do we sleep? We have 2 phases of sleep during our night. One is REM sleep. This is known as the dreaming state. And we alternate between that and non-REM sleep. And 2 of them are super important. So the responsibility of 2 of them is to store memories, short-term memories that happen throughout the day, and also throw out memories. So think of it like a garbage can. You go through so many memories and things throughout the day, and you also need to throw them out, right? Because you have almost limited storage in your brain. Think of it like a computer that can't store a lot of data, while you also need sleep to recycle, throw out that data. Why do they say that you need sleep to remember, recall memories? This is because during sleep, you take things throughout the day, like new information that you studied, new things, new people, and you store it in your brain. Why do you think you don't do well on the test when you sleep for like 4 hours? It's not a coincidence. Now, the crazy part about sleep is that not only our modern society neglects it, but we're also proud of our lack of sleep. How many times do you hear people say like, oh, I slept for like 4 hours. How many are you running on? Oh, 3 hours, that's cool. Like, people are proud of the fact that they're not sleeping, which is pretty sad. And then people look down on people who sleep. They call them lazy because you're sleeping for 8-9 hours. So you're not productive, you're lazy. But it's a catch-22. Those people that are sleeping under the time that I'm gonna tell you in a second are ruining their health. There's literally a link between lack of sleep and cancer and cardiovascular disease and dementia. The crazy part about sleep is that you can't get it back. So if you lost sleep last week and you're gonna catch up on the weekend, it doesn't work that way. You can't catch up on lost sleep. Scientists discovered that those that get under 7 hours of sleep, they could literally see damage done to the brain under 7 hours. Do you sleep under 7 hours? Let me ask you that. Now, in the book Why We Sleep, which is first of all a very recommended book, the author mentions how tribes that are untouched by modern society go to sleep 2 to 3 hours after sunset. So that's what we should be doing. That's what our body's actually telling us to do. Right? Because when the sun sets, we're losing that alertness. What we're doing to ourselves is we're keeping ourselves on purpose awake until midnight, or until 1, 2, 3. Midnight literally stands for the middle of the night. That should be the middle of the night after you're asleep. It shouldn't be the time that you're on your phone giving out that light, that blue light that's telling your brain that it's not time for sleep. So we have this circadian rhythm, which almost goes like a sine graph, like up and down. And it literally wakes us up when there's sun, naturally. So we can't fight this circadian rhythm. We can't fight it. And what we're doing is we're going to sleep later. And then naturally we're waking up earlier. So 7 and 6, and we're going to sleep at 1. So damage is being done, and people don't understand how bad it is. You really got to read this book. It's such a great book. I'm only a quarter way there, but you're really gonna like it. To leave you on a final note, the author in the book mentioned that rounded to a whole number, 0% of the population could survive on under 7 hours of sleep. By surviving, he's saying that we're gonna lose some of our functions. We're gonna be less focused. There's gonna be some physical damage to our health, and our body's gonna suffer. So what should you do? Because it's a known thing that the shorter your sleep is, the shorter your life is. And you're still sleeping for 4 hours, you're still sleeping for 5. And you're telling your friends, oh, look at me, I'm sleeping for 5 hours, I'm cool. You need to be in bed for 9 hours. So have a regular sleep schedule and make sure that you're giving yourself 9 hours in bed. So humans need 8 hours total. But time in bed is not time slept. And I'll show you, for example, my last night. You'll see that I was in bed for almost 9 hours, but I didn't sleep for 9 hours. And people don't understand. People are like, oh, I slept from 11 to 7, so I slept for 8 hours. You didn't sleep for 8 hours, you slept for 7, maybe even 6.5. You know how bad 6.5 hours is for you? And that's the average. Average is like 6.5, 6:20 in the modern world. If that's the average, what are most people getting? Are people getting 3 hours, 4 hours? I hope you can't relate. So leave 9 hours of time in bed and your life is drastically going to improve in every aspect. I'm gonna make a bunch of videos about this, but this is such an important topic. Thanks for watching. Click the link in the description for my free 12-page gratitude ebook, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.